All right there. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about something called time under tension, TUT for short. And essentially, before I get into the example utilizing curls with this strength band here, I want to just give you a basic understanding of what that essentially means. So time under tension is nothing more than leaving a specific type of or a specific muscle group that you're trying to target. In this example, be targeting the biceps with the curl under a specific amount of strain or tension for a specific amount of time, as compared to maybe just doing a traditional burnout set where you're not really squeezing as much as hard as you could, and you're just bringing the bar all the way up. Again, using bicep curls as an example, you're bringing that bar or this band up all the way and then just releasing the tension right away. Well, time under tension essentially allows you to be more efficient and effective, because now instead of just burning out, you're leaving the strain in that specific muscle group under a longer period of duress or time, as compared to just burning out. So now that essentially translates to you achieving the same objective of strength training, where we're trying to break down the muscle to create a stimulus in the body so that the muscle comes back and repairs harder and stronger and bigger. But because you're doing or implementing a principle such as time under tension, now you don't have to maybe do as many sets or even repetitions, because that muscle is getting stimulated utilizing less repetitions, but it's under duress for a lot longer as compared to the other methodology. And so as I'm talking you through this and giving you this visual example, I want you to understand that I'm not saying that traditional burnout sets or the traditional way that people do strength training is completely wrong, because it's not. All I'm telling you is that this is a different methodology that allows you to be more efficient and effective and change up your strength workouts from time to time, so that maybe you're creating different, or you're giving your body different ways to stimulate the muscle activation and breakdown phase of any type of strength training. So, for example, as I'm talking to you, a traditional set of curls may look like this: full range of motion. Yes, you're still squeezing, but the difference, again, notice how as I come up, I release right away. And this is what most people do. And again, I'm not saying it's completely wrong. Now, with time under tension, I'm going to perform the same exercise using the same mechanics, but the difference now is I'm maintaining max tension in this position, let's say for like 3 to 5 seconds, and now I release still under tension, coming down slow, and then I would go into my next repetition. And again, time under tension, I'm squeezing, everything's activating, and I'm still coming down under control and slow, again, as compared to just a traditional burnout. So now when I do or implement TUT, now I don't have to do as many. And as a matter of fact, I wouldn't be able to do, let's say, 10 to 15 reps if that was what I was doing before, while implementing this type of methodology, because that muscle, well, just by simply holding that in the contraction phase for a specific amount of time, in my case 3 to 5 seconds, that muscle, all those fibers are breaking down a lot more in less repetitions, or utilizing less repetitions, I should say. But again, my point is, it's just a different methodology that achieves essentially the same thing. It just really comes down to, how you want to train. And so as our bodies change, and there's so many factors that go into our workout at times, you may implement this type of strategy if you, again, maybe are pressed for time, for example, or maybe you just don't feel like, staying in the gym for freaking an hour or what have you. And you just want to get maybe or target a specific body group as another good example. Well, this is where something like this would come into play. Or again, on the flip side of that, it could be something that's just part of your strength training programming that you implement. Again, just different ways to do different things, but the objective is, again, to get stronger and build muscle when we're doing strength training. So with that being said, if there are any questions relevant to this training methodology, again, time under tension, TUT, please, I'd like to hear from you. All you have to do is comment wherever you're seeing this at, and I will be sure to answer your questions as I see them. All right, guys, get stronger.